ATL. Through the highs and the heartbreaks, we still stand. Dirty birds forever. Let's get it. Year after year, we've been riding through the storm. Red and black in my veins, that loyalty is swung. We don't fold, we don't run, even when the pain hits. Cause every loss just reminds us what greatness is. We show up cold nights or the Georgia sun. Cause every Sunday we believe that our time gon' come. We ain't perfect, but we faithful and we never switch. We the city of the A, yeah, we built for this. We don't need pretty words, just heart on the field we deserve. Put the work in, earn that glory. Bring our city back to the story. We'll ride till the wheels fall off. We ain't never gonna break. Win or lose, we stand tall. 48, you can doubt us, talk loud, but we still hold steady. Cause we here and we faithful and we always ready. It's the dirty, prove the dirty. If you bout it, then prove the dirty. We'll believe when you fight for the city.
Falcon fans, ATL Falcon fans, welcome to What the Falcon, home of the Brave. With your host T. Will and my guy Scott Karasik, like Jurassic, and Molly. Do I see Molly in the background?
Yeah, probably. Nah, she just walked away.
Oh, okay. What's up, Molly? Hopefully you're doing all right. What's going on, man? How are you? All well? Everything good?
Yeah. Hopefully this team can get healthy for Sunday, because at least some health back, at least on defense. I don't really care as much about the offense because I feel like the backup O-line can do their job, and that's the only spot that they're actually hurt is O-line. London's probably got like food poisoning or a flu or something. He can rest up and everything. I'm not worried about London. If he goes off, we'll call it his flu game. If he puts up, 40 catches or 14 catches for 250 yards and 2 touchdowns, we'll be like, oh, London had a flu game. Like
Jordan?
Like Jordan, exactly. That's probably all it is for him.
Okay. Well, the rumor mill is a-flowing. There's all sorts of talk out there, and one of the rumors I'm hearing about is about Green Bay's head coach Matt LaFleur. Scott, can you shed some light on that for us?
So there's a big rumor out there right now that Matt LaFleur might be getting fired in Green Bay at the end of the year, unless they go real far, as in NFC title / win the Super Bowl far. Stop losing playoff games is kind of the message that is being rumored right now. If he does get fired in Green Bay, there's a very soft landing spot here in Atlanta. And LaFleur could be an interesting option because he would likely want to keep Ulbrich, because he and Ulbrich coached here back in 15-16. He knows what Ulbrich's doing with the defense and would say, you know what? Yeah, let's keep it going. Let's keep this defensive thing going. You've got that. I can fix the offense. He'd probably keep Jerry Gray, probably keep a couple other guys, but yeah, he'd make that happen. That would be a great signing. Now, the wild, hottest take that I could make here is, let's say the Falcons don't fire Raheem and they just bring in LaFleur as assistant head coach offense. And LaFleur just says, you know what? I don't ever want to be a head coach again. I've done that, been there, done that. I'll just take over the offense. You and Gray and, Brick, you guys take over the defense. And yeah, I could see that situation potentially happening too. I know it sounds wild, but some guys are just like, I just don't feel like being a head coach. It's too much work. I just want to do the offense. That's all I ever wanted to do.
It's too much pressure.
It's too much pressure. Well, he went out and he got a sorry, he went out and got a former head coach from the defensive side of the ball. And Hafley is basically the head coach of the defense. He runs everything on that defense. That's his defense.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think he'd be open to doing the same thing here where it's like, yeah, I mean, yeah, Brick's, Raheem's the head coach. Raheem's the motivator. I'm the offensive coordinator. I got my guys. I got that set up. And even if he does like a Dan Quinn type moment where he takes a couple years and he's the head coach or he's the assistant head coach offense or offensive coordinator here, and he's calling the plays and all that, and he does that for 4 or 5 years like Dan Quinn did over in Dallas, we'd all be okay with that too. Because we've seen what a LaFleur offense looks like. It runs the ball. It play actions off running the ball.
Mm-hmm.
It creates wide open looks for receivers.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't favor any one wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
It uses the tight end.
All the things we're not doing.
All the things we're not doing. It favors passes over the middle over passes to the outside.
Mm.
Like NFL teams are basically coming to Atlanta and like, yeah, we can just run an outside prevent and like leave the middle of the field wide open all the time. They are leaving the middle of the field wide open. That is why I'm calling for throw the ball over the middle. Throw the ball over the middle.
I don't get it, bro. I don't get that.
If they're gonna leave it open, throw it.
Take what they give you. Take what they give you, and I get it, but it's I mean, what the hell is that? I don't know, man, but I'd love to have LaFleur here. I'd love to see what he could do with Penix. I'd love to see what because look, and I'm not trying to badmouth Zach Robinson, but I'm just over that.
I mean, at this point, what more can you say?
Right, I'm over it. Let's get somebody in here who can develop Penix. And speaking of developing Penix, did you see that interview where they asked Penix, "Who do you lean on in the hard times?" And he was like,
so
he didn't say anybody on the Falcon staff.
The quote was taken out of context.
Okay. So
I went back and I that's why I deleted my tweet on that, because I went back and I watched the full-on interview.
Mm-hmm.
And they were talking about like the question was really who outside of the Falcons organization do you lead on?
Oh, it was who outside of because I didn't hear that.
It was who outside of the organization do you lean on?
I did not hear
context, that. You're like, this answer makes sense.
Did he say outside?
Yeah. Who do you lean on outside of the organization in a situation like this?
And he said outside? I swear to God, I didn't hear outside.
Or he may not have said outside, but like Penix had just talked about everything else in context. That was what was implied was outside of the organization. Because he just talked about how he talked to Raheem and how he talked to Zach and how he talked to TJ and all the different coaches. So it's like, Jay Black, the quote without the quotes before it, is very different.
So you're saying that he had already said that he'd
already been talking about how he leaned on Ra and how he talked with Zach and like he'd already talked about that stuff.
Okay.
So it was kind of implied that like who else do you lean on?
Okay. All right. Jay Black, how you doing, man? Welcome to the show, brother. I hope all is well with you, man. Good to see you, Jay Black. Jay Black up in here in the house. Well, look, man, I'm gonna have to go back and watch that. Because the world thought that he was saying the opposite.
Well, because they just cut the one quote. They didn't cut the quotes before or after it, right?
Okay.
But the fact that he didn't say Kirk was what was telling. Because that's what Kirk should be there for. That's what they're paying him $25 million this year to be.
Hello.
Kirk at this point should be a glorified quarterbacks coach. And the fact that he's not taking over that role is absolute horseshit.
Let me ask you this: do you think there is dysfunction on this offense?
I think there's something that is not letting them click. And whenever they figure out what it is that's not letting them click, and it could just be that he needed to blow up on the sideline and they needed to address some things behind closed doors after this game.
Mm.
And that could be what it was.
Mm.
You know, I'm kind of hoping this is like the Amsterdam trip for Ted Lasso. I mean, think about the parallels here, right? If you've ever watched Ted Lasso, when they go to Amsterdam, they're at the lowest point. Zava just left them. They've lost 8 straight. They're just in a funk. And you're like, okay, what do we go from here? They go to Amsterdam and they all kind of just find what they were needing in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of just hope that that same thing happens here for the Falcons when they went to Germany. They all just kind of found what they needed in that moment. And then they leave and they come home and they're like, you know what? We've got to be here for us. This has to be us. I'm not saying that it's going to happen. I'm saying I hope that's what happened. I hope they come back this week and they kick the Panthers just straight off the fucking map and it's 45-0. Like, I hope that's what happens.
Me too.
I hope there's like 2 pick sixes where it's like Jesse Bates and Xavier Watts are just going out there just grabbing the ball out the air and taking it back home. I hope we got a forced fumble sack again this week from Walker and Pierce or Walker and whoever.
Let's get 10 sacks this week. Let's get 10 sacks.
Yeah, like just keep harassing Young. I hope they stop the run like crazy this week. I hope that the defense is playing so well that the offense is like, man, we got 40 yards to go for a touchdown. Let's just go get it.
Oh,
and then they run the ball.
Like the Colts last week. Okay.
Yeah, like the Colts last week.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's just like, okay, cool. Yeah, we're just going to run this play. All right, cool. We got a quick little play action to Pitts. Oh, shit. He ran in for a touchdown from 10 yards out. Sweet. Awesome. All right, well, we're good. Like, yeah, we threw Pitts an 8-yard in, and he just ran it in the end zone. Like, all right, cool. Awesome. I mean, it wasn't designed for that, but we were just trying to get the first down. Fuck it. Like, we'll take the first down.
Are you happy with the special teams play on this team?
So you know one of my big loves is special teams.
Mm-hmm.
I loved gunning, and they were not maintaining their lanes. However, we were putting starters out there on special teams towards the end of that game because there were a lot of injuries on special teams.
Okay.
D'Angelo Malone is a key special teamer. He is a
He's on IR, right?
He's on IR. He's a core 4 special teamer. Core 4 guys, core 4 units, like all that. You normally have 4 guys you rely on for special teams, and this year it's been Franks, Ford, Hodge, and Malone. Core 4 guys. Well, Malone's out. And then Woods was also a guy who was on special teams a lot. He might be out. So when those 2 pretty heavy hitters for your special teams unit are out, you got to replace them. I think that's why Verdon's coming off IR. I think Verdon's basically been ready, and they're just like, all right, now we'll activate him. You know? Verdon could also end up being a linebacker in this scheme, like a good linebacker in this scheme.
You think so?
Absolutely. He is the same kind of, how do I put this? He's the same kind of build, the same kind of arm length, the same kind of like Gumby-esque frame that Ulbrich had when he had Devondre Campbell.
Okay.
When he had Divine Diablo earlier this year out there. He's a 6'4", 225-pound guy, likes to hit, has long arms, 32.5-inch arms. He's slow for a safety, but he's fast for a linebacker. And he's big. He's big old dude, loves to hit. I'm sorry, but a big old dude who loves to hit, who can't cover deep, but he can cover everything else, that's literally a linebacker. And this dude is going to be a fun linebacker.
Hmm. Okay. Well, that's interesting. That is interesting. I can't wait to see that. Lakel London is back.
Yeah, he should be
Um,
back.
he's our run stopper, right? Is he not?
So London and Roberts are basically the same kind of guy. They're
Okay.
that one technique for base.
Okay. Didn't Roberts get hurt?
Roberts is hurt. He may not be playing this week. If you look at the injury report, it's kind of rough.
Yeah, it's like it might be 20 guys on that thing, man.
Yeah.
Damn.
Now, I do want to point out some situations that I don't think anybody should be worried about on this injury report.
Okay.
So, like Jake Matthews, limited practice, not injury related resting. Don't worry about him, right?
Yeah, he's a vet.
He's old man day. That's all that is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Drake London illness. I'm not as worried about him.
Okay.
Liam McCullough, not injury related, personal matter. His wife and him are having a baby.
Oh, okay. Didn't Pitts' girlfriend just have a baby? I want to say she did.
Wife? Before the season, yeah.
No, wait, is he married? I didn't think he
His
was
wife
married.
had a baby, yeah.
Pitts
Pitts has
is
a girlfriend. That's news to his wife.
Pitts is married? Oh,
Pretty sure he's married, man.
excuse me, Kyle. My bad, Kyle. Okay, let me shut up.
Pretty sure he's married, man.
Shut
Like,
my mouth. Okay, let me stop it right there. Oh my God. Yeah. Okay.
pretty sure he's married
T. Will
because he had Kyle Pitts Jr.
Let me. I didn't know he was. I did not know he was married. I did not
Pretty
know
sure
he was
he's
married.
man.
Okay, I did not know that.
He's kind of a private guy outside of everything, though. So
Okay, that's fair. I did not know your boy was married, man. Okay, news to me. All right, well, Ronnie Thomas says, "What up, everyone?" And no hairline, T. Will. Whatever, Ronnie. That's why you look short, Ronnie. That's why you look short. So here's the thing. I used to podcast with Ron Thomas. He's actually 6'2", but if you look at him in his chair, he looks like when he goes to restaurants, he needs a booster seat in his
I
little
love
chair.
that.
So I gotta mess with him. You know what I mean?
Guys, short guys buy small chairs.
Hey, I'm just saying, and I'm 5'9". I can admit it. I'm not tall. I'm 5'9". But damn it,
See, I admit my real height.
Huh?
I admit my real height. I'm 5'6".
There's nothing wrong with that. My brother's 5'6". You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that. But you know what, though? You know what, Scott? None of us are 6'2" and look 5'9" or 5. You know what I mean? So hey, it's different. Whatever, Ronnie Thomas. You'll be all right, sir. You'll be all right. And it's weird, man, because we had a comment. He was like, "Yeah, I'm 6'2". I was like, "You are not." And he stood up, and I was like, "Yeah, you are." Damn it. Anyway, Jay Black. Roberts hurt his ankle.
Yeah, we know.
No, I guess he was telling me, and it's Sills starting this week. Is he?
I mean, probably. He's listed first on the depth chart. I don't know what they're doing with Casey Washington. I mean, was Casey Washington out last week?
No, I just think he wasn't playing. Like, I don't know. I don't think he was playing. I didn't see much of him. I saw Mooney in there. Obviously, I saw Drake. I saw Sills. I did not see Casey Washington. He may have gotten in for a play or two.
Like, what are we doing with him? Because I feel like he was doing great in camp, and he looked he's looked solid when he's out there. Like, he needs to keep his feet when he's catching the ball, but that's a small issue, not a big issue. I think he might have been inactive last week. No, he had one snap on offense. What are they doing, man?
I don't know what we're doing, Scott. I think that's the point.
Phil's isn't getting open.
Well, I mean, again, if you look at the route combos, like there was one play a couple of plays where I'm watching, and everybody ran outs. Everybody ran outs. Or some sort of comeback, but they were outs. And I'm saying to myself, what are we doing? and teams are just sitting on that, and that's what they're doing.
Like I said, they're running prevent. They're running guard the outside, guard the deep, and let them throw in the middle. Well, if they're going to run like that, I mean, I'm just saying, they're going to keep running like that.
That's interesting. We got to win 8 games in a row, Scott. 8 games in a row, Scott. I just don't see it. I mean, it could happen, but I don't see this team winning 8 games in a row. I just don't see it.
How about 4 and then loss and then 3? Would that work for you?
I don't even know that we could do that. I mean, we got to win a game. We got to win a game again. We got to. I mean, bro, we should have won these last 2 games.
Whoa, yes.
We should have won these last.
We also should have mollywopped the Dolphins and mollywopped the Panthers, and we didn't do that either.
We should have, but we didn't have. That got away from us early with the Dolphins. But
we also should have beat the Buccaneers.
We should have beat the Buccaneers, but I'm saying
there's 4 games in there that we should have won easily. The one game where I'm like, yeah, we just got beat and they were the better team, period, was the 49ers. Yeah. And that's just because they've got way better coaching than us.
Yeah.
And defensively, we still did all right.
Yeah. But I don't know that you're going to go from that to I don't know that you're going to go from that to to 8 in a row. Look, if we do it, I will be ecstatic. I'm not gonna lie. If we do that, I would be I'd be ecstatic, but I don't see it. I don't see it. We're too inconsistent on offense. Our plays are too recognizable. We don't make adjustments in the second half. We don't make it easy, right? So you got Bijan, you got Pitts, you got Drake. How about you scheme your guys open? To your point, how about you run some Texas routes with Bijan? Give him the ball, throw him the ball at 5 yards, and let him run for another 15. It's the same difference. Whether you run it or passing, it's the same difference. Why not some plays with Tyler and Bijan in the same backfield? Put Tyler in the slot. You know what I mean? Run from that. There's so many things we can do that we're not doing. And if you've not done it in 9 games, if you've been too stubborn to do it, it's what motivates you to do it in the next 8. I don't get it.
Being threatened with your job.
Did you see Zach's press conference?
Zach's press conference was televised?
Yeah, it's on
YouTube. No, I haven't watched that yet. I'm super busy day today. No, I need to watch it.
I mean, supposedly he's, defending his plays and it's no different. It's no different. And I say that because if I'm Zach Robinson, I'm saying, I mean, at this point, man, I'll take suggestion, guys. I'm gonna be humble. You know what I'm not gonna be? I'm not gonna be like our offense is fine. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna be like, we're working on it. Okay, we're working on it. You're gonna see something different.
To be a little fair to Zach, the offense has been scoring points, but it feels like it's scoring points in spite of the scheme. And that's not what we want to see. We want to see it score points because they're doing a good job calling the plays and putting guys in the best situation to succeed. And if the middle of the field is going to be this wide open all year, they need to start attacking it. And if I can see it, I know they can see it because they're supposed to be smarter than me.
Supposedly.
Supposed to be smarter than me.
So then why haven't they exploited it to this point then? If they're supposed to be smarter, why haven't they done it?
I don't know. Because the whole Shanahan-McVay system is designed like a sandbox. Where you've got a base offense that you run, and then you just kind of plug in routes that work for your guys from there. If you know Drake London's best route is a dig, which it is, you call a lot of fucking digs for the guy. If you know Kyle Pitts' best routes are these short in, short out, post route, like that kind of stuff, call that stuff for him. If you know Mooney's best routes are the deep out, the deep in, the 9, and that slant, you call it. If you know Kyle can run a slant, Drake can run a slant, you want to get your passer in rhythm, right? Throw some slants in there early in the game. Hit him hard with the slants early in the game. Stop with this screen flat bullshit.
Okay. Let me ask you this. What are some things that you would do to get Penix's completion rate up? It's currently 58.8%.
Get him a mechanics coach.
Doesn't that sound like something we should have done at the beginning of the year?
Sorry, I didn't find a group or device name.
Alexa, stop.
She's being nosy. It's okay.
Yeah, but I would get him a mechanics coach because that is by far one of the biggest issues with his game right now. He needs to tighten up his shoulder, his front leading shoulder. He's way too open.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Way too open with his shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
When he had bad games at Washington, his mechanics suffered, and then he had a bad game because of it.
Mm-hmm.
Tighten the mechanics up. He'll be more accurate. He'll be fine.
Mm. Okay.
And they see it, and they need to drill it. Because it's not a lot. It's tweaks with his mechanics. It's not like he's got crazy, terrible mechanics. It's just some tweaks. He could speed up his throw a little bit.
Mm.
And when you have mechanical issues, it throws everything else off.
It's going to impact your throwing, but to me, he's not setting his feet. Like, if there's one complaint I have about him, you see him throwing off his back foot a lot, and you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't get you can't be lazy. You just can't. So it's I don't know. Your confidence in this Falcons team ability to make the playoffs at this point, would you rate it at less than 50%? Like, give me your thoughts on that. Do we have a snowball's chance in hell at making the playoffs this year?
At this point, just win a damn game.
Okay. Jay Black, Ronnie Thomas, let me know. We got a shot to make the playoffs this year, guys? Let me know. Drop it in the chat. Let me know. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know. What do we have to do against this Carolina team to win this week? Specifically, what do we have to do?
Play keep away.
All right, so run the ball. And score touchdowns. Okay.
Yes, absolutely score touchdowns. Run the ball. Run some play action. I see a comment in here from Jay Black about just running the offense from under center would help. The difference between, we go over this every week, the difference between pistol and under center is absolutely negligible. It's the same timing. Like, we got to stop with this under center thing. But yeah, running the ball is very important. We've got to run the ball, set the tone, hit him in the mouth, and go from there.
Yeah. I think the one difference in being under center is when you're going forward on 3rd and 4th down and it's 3rd and 1. I think that does make a difference. But outside of that, yeah, you're probably right. But if it's 3rd and 1,
I mean, that's a whole different conversation.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, for me, when I reference it, that's what I'm talking about. It's 3rd and 1, and your guy's 7 yards in the backfield already, and by the time he touches the ball, the defense is in the backfield. You don't have a shot.
Well, here's the thing. On 3rd and 1, on 3rd and 1 or 3rd and 2, we run it 100% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
We don't call anything but a run, and we call the same 3 plays: inside zone,
mm-hmm.
Stretch, and wide toss. That's all we call.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as you kind of geared up against the run, you're fine on 3rd and 1 or 3rd and 2. That's why I keep saying during the games, hey, it's 3rd and 2, run the fucking play action.
Exactly.
You're gonna catch them
I
sleeping.
agree with that. I agree with that 100%.
Run a play action stretch. Have Kyle doing a crossing route. Run it out of a 22 personnel too. Have Kyle doing a crossing route. Have an underneath like drag going to the weak side. Have Penix roll to his left, and then have Drake doing an over. You'll hit it every time, every single time.
Do you think this Falcons coaching staff has lost the locker room?
No. I also don't think this Falcons coaching staff leads the locker room.
Okay.
Which is also an issue, but it's a different kind of issue. I think this is a player-run locker room. I think Jesse Bates, I think Caden Ellis, I think Penix, I think Jake Matthews. Your captains, those are the guys leading the locker room.
Okay.
Drake, Bijan, those guys lead the locker room. Even Jalen Walker is a locker room leader. Even Billy Bowman is a locker room leader. Those guys lead your locker room. You don't have the coaches leading the locker room at this point. But I don't think you did to begin with this season. Which makes me question again why the hell Kirk Cousins is still here.
Yeah. I think on good teams, you got to have veteran leadership in the locker room, and they should police a fair amount of issues, right? Like if the coach, but when I say lost the locker room, I really mean, are they still paying attention to what you have to say, or is it in one ear and right out the other, right?
Oh, they're listening. They're listening to the coaches because otherwise they wouldn't be doing these dumb plays. They'd start calling their own stuff. It might work better. They might be like, hey, let's run Texas Smash since we never run it and try it out. And then it works. And then they're like, why haven't we run this before? And then Zach gets a little mad. But then after Bijan goes off for an 80-yard catch, they're like, well, who cares? Let them run their one or two plays. But that's also what Pat Mahomes does with Andy Reid's offense here and there. He'll be like, you know what? I don't like this play call. I'm running something else.
What do you think about Drake's comments? I just run routes.
I just run the routes that are called.
I just run the routes that are called, man.
Blown out of proportion. I think a lot of stuff people like try to dig so much deeper meaning into, and it's really just like a dude who's tired after the game and doesn't want to answer a question.
And frustrated after a loss.
He's just frustrated after a loss, and he's just like, dude, like I just run the routes here. Just leave me alone. Like I don't want to talk to you after a loss. Like I get it. Drake London hates to lose. He's that kind of guy.
So you don't, because I mean, it's two sides to the coin, right? So the other side is he's saying, look, man, I don't come up with this repetitive jazz. I just run the routes. Okay. It's not I can't make anybody else get open. Okay.
I mean,
he
does freelance a good bit too.
Look, he gets open, man.
That's what comes from his freelancing sometimes.
Because
he'll run and halfway through the route be like, this shit ain't gonna work, and then he goes a little deeper, or he goes on an in, or he's like, okay, well the hole's over here actually. Let me just stand where the hole is. And it's not me being positive. It's not me being optimistic. It's just me being like, it's a loss. It's a rough streak, but like at a certain point, you got to get out the quicksand. You got to have, and I'm very critical of a lot of things going on with this team right now, but all of the issues with this team are fixable is what we need to realize. Yeah, there's issues with Zach's play calling, issues with Penix's accuracy, issues with the offense, issues with the run defense and how their run fits have been garbage. But a lot of the run fits are related to J.D. Bertrand not doing his damn job. When you have Woods or you have Harrison in there, they're fine. So what's the real issue going on here?
How many snaps did J.D. have in this last game?
Too many. Then again, anything over 1 was too many. So,
Amen, brother.
and that one snap was the one that he stopped the 4th down. That was the only snap that he played good.
Of course. Let's see if I can look that up.
No, I'm looking it up right now. JD Bertrand had 28 snaps in this game.
Okay, so that's a lot less than the previous couple of weeks.
He had less than Ronnie Harrison for the 2nd straight game.
Okay. Well, that's I'm not mad at that.
Out of 77 defensive snaps, he played about a third.
Okay. That's okay. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Looks like they figured something out.
Not the run defense.
Hmm.
And a lot of people are saying we need to get a nose tackle next year for run defense. I'm of the belief that I think Sam Roberts can handle the job if people just play their damn gaps.
Does a 4-3 system have a nose tackle or no? I thought that was specifically in a 3-4 concept.
We run a 3-4.
Thought we ran both. Okay. All right.
Yeah, we basically run a 3-4.
In my opinion, when I think of a 3-4, I think of a big nose tackle like Tony Saragusa or the dude from the Patriots or Vince Wilfork. Big old dude. Big old dude.
Wilfork was 315 pounds.
Hey, man. Fat dudes win championships, bro. I did. A very wise man told me. A very wise man told me. Fat dudes win championships. I'm just saying.
You know who has been pretty much playing the nose tackle role this year?
Who?
Is Rook.
Rook's been all right, man.
And Rook's 305.
Rook's been all right.
The problem is they have him in there for 62 snaps this past game.
Okay, so he gets tired.
So he's tired. They had Anyamata in there for 54 snaps. They had Harrison in there for 47. Like, these guys are just gassed at the end of the game. That's why that big run happened more than anything else. The guys were just gassed.
Yeah. I mean, they were on the field for 40 minutes, dude. Come on. 42 minutes total. I mean, come on, man. That's
the average amount of snaps this team has played the last 3 weeks has been insane.
Well, I mean, our third down performance has been abysmal. So we were 0 for 8 last week. I think if you look at the last 3 weeks, we are 3 for 30 something on third down. You can look it up, but it's a bad stat. So essentially, a lot of 3 and outs.
Well, the idea is other teams are playing primarily keep away for the Falcons.
Carlos says, which in turn goes back to the offense. No, and you're right, Carlos, 100%. 100%. Look, I know where the issues are on this team. Okay. And I mean, last week that between that offense and special teams really did us in, man. Special teams did us in. They gave up 2 plays of 50 yards or more. I think 2 plays of 30 yards or more, and 1 of like, what the hell? Who did they tackle? Like, what happened? Let's talk about that, Scott. What happened on special teams? Because I know you got into it during the game, but I want to do a deep dive here. What happened?
They am I frozen?
You are.
Can you hear me at least?
Yeah, we can hear you.
So on special teams, I got a weird face there. On special teams, the biggest issue was they weren't playing their gaps. They weren't playing their lines. It goes back to the same kind of thing as like basic run defense. You got to play your fits. So if you're not playing your run fits, what's going on?
I mean, bro, they hurt us last week. I think on that final drive, the Colts got the ball on our 40. And it may have been inside our 40. Right? Scott, you there? Did you finally freeze? Scott, you there?
So, yeah, I'm here. It's just it's not working.
Yeah.
My camera's froze. Yeah, I think they did get the ball back at like our 45. And then we pushed them back to their 45. And then we allowed this 3rd and 21. We allowed 19 yards on a
Was that in
scramble.
overtime though?
That wasn't in overtime. That was right before the end of the game.
No, I'm talking about that last drive in OT where he muffed a punt and he caught it. And I think he ran it back to like the 40. It could have been to the 35. Like they did not have far to go when they got the ball on that last drive.
It was their own 43.
Okay.
But yeah, like that overtime drive even drives me nuts because if Mooney catches that ball on first down, they're already past the sticks. Or second down, they're already past the sticks for a quick first down. Get into a rhythm. It's tough to get into a rhythm when you're in 3rd and 9 from the get-go.
Very tough. Very tough. Very tough indeed, man. It's just oh my god. It's so much, man. It is so much with this team that it's hardly even quantifiable just what they go through on a weekly basis. So let's say we win. We're what, 3 and 5? Let's say we win 5 more games. If you Arthur Blank, are you firing Raheem or does he get a third season?
I don't think he gets fired this year unless there's like a wild situation with like LaFleur that happens. I'll be honest with you. I'm just being honest. I don't see it happening unless LaFleur comes back and he's the guy.
Okay. Well, if I'm Arthur Blank, Raheem's got to go. Only way he stays is if they go. If they don't win if they don't lose another game, they get into the playoffs and they win 2 games. You know, if they truly figure it out and go on a run, okay. Hey, Raheem, you figured it out, you get to stay. But outside of that, no, he's
I mean, honestly, if they just got to the playoffs, even if they get blown out, I'm okay with it. Because I don't think Zach Robinson's here next year.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't mind that. And put it that way. I wouldn't mind that. I would not mind Zach Robinson not being here next. I wouldn't be mad at that at all. I would not be mad at that at all. Let's see.
Because that would mean Zach Robinson is. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, that would mean Zach Robinson's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Like completely gone.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that might be the ideal situation, but.
So on third down, over the last 4 losses, the Falcons are a mere 8 for 40 on third down. That is awful. 8 for 40. That means they figured you out, right? And it probably means that you're in 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10, 3rd and 11.
It means the scheme is dog shit.
Or that.
It means that on 3rd and 6, when you're running these 15-yard down the field 4 verts routes, what are you doing? On 3rd and 6, you should be running a couple of underneaths. You should have at least 2 routes that are just past the sticks. Like a simple out, simple in, a quick Texas, like a drag that might be 4 yards on 3rd and 6. That you've got a guy speedy that can get that,
right.
Like Mooney.
Yeah.
Like Mooney running a 4-yard drag is exactly what you want there because he can go and he can get that extra 2 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Or Drake even. Drake will just run through a guy for those extra 2 yards. So I mean, that's the kind of thing you want, and they just aren't doing it the way they're supposed to.
Yeah, they're not. Hey, Maggie. Maggie says awful. Yeah, I mean, I don't. Again, what happened to the drag with the Falcons? Like for me, if you got a speedy guy, it's hard to stop a drag. It is hard to stop it, especially if you put him in motion. If you
Just
put him in motion in the slot and you can't jam him coming off there, it's hard to stop that. So I
just
don't get
watch
why.
just watch the offense from last year's Carolina game.
Mhm.
Just watch what they do. And then you watch this year's offense and you go, do we run a single play that we ran last year?
Mm.
Is there a single play that's the same?
I don't think we do. I do not think we do. I
Because
don't.
like the London touchdowns, it's just a simple fade. It's just a simple post.
Mm.
And we're not running stuff to get Penix in the rhythm to get to that.
Mm. If Mike Hughes doesn't play this week, are we in trouble?
I mean, I don't know. Carolina's receivers aren't exactly great.
Okay.
Like,
He's got a neck injury. D. Alford has a concussion. Jamal Agnew has a foot injury, and
I mean, we
how
didn't
do you
have
feel
AJ
about
Terrell. We didn't have AJ Terrell against them the first game.
Okay. How do you feel about Agnew?
I think Agnew sucks.
Okay. So it's not just me. Okay. Because it's like every time this past game, every time they got the ball, they got 30 yards. Every time we got the ball, we got 5. 5.
Agnew, Agnew doesn't have the ability to,
He's run some kicks back in the past.
like, the blocking's terrible, but even then, he's not doing what he's supposed to be doing with the blocking that he has.
Mm.
He's like waiting for a hole to open up when he should just be going to the hole that's open. It's like, why are you hesitating? Why is everybody on this team hesitate when they see a hole? Just burst through. Like, even Bijan started doing that lately. It's like, come on, man, burst through the hole. We need this yard that you're going to be able to get. Like, instead of you getting tackled behind the line. Like, this used to be you. And I don't get me wrong. I love Bijan. I love Tyler Algier. They're both being hesitant. Like, I just want somebody to get out there and just be like, I don't give a shit about my own body. I'm just going to run right through. I'm going to run through this wall. I don't give a damn. Let's go. There was a time when Bijan had more rushing yards than Drake London had receiving yards, and now it's flipped. And the offense worked better when it wasn't.
You definitely got to be able to run the ball, man. Definitely got to be able to run the ball. Let's shift gears here for these last 10, 15 minutes to our beloved Atlanta Braves. Drake Baldwin wins Rookie of the Year. Scott, give me your thoughts about that.
Well deserved.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely well deserved.
Mm-hmm.
He's amazing.
Okay. That means we get an extra draft pick.
Yep.
Do you think that means we go after a guy who has a qualifying offer? Which, in other words, if you go after a guy with a qualifying offer, you have to give up a draft pick. Being that we've gained an extra one, do you think? And in other words, do you think we go after some big receipts this year? We need 2 relievers. I'm sorry. Whoops, football on the brain. We need 2 receivers. We need a bat. We need a shortstop. We need 2 starters, right?
So let's look at who got the qualifying offers first.
Who did get the qualifying offers?
Kyle Schwarber, who a lot of teams are like, yeah, Atlanta's just going to pick him up. I hate to break it to people. Atlanta's not looking for a pure DH anymore. They probably want an outfielder.
Yeah.
Who can also DH.
Yep.
Or who can play in the outfield 162 and let Ronnie or someone else DH.
Yeah.
Or play the outfield 120.
Yeah.
And let Ronnie or Profar DH for a couple games.
Yep. I would agree with that. I would agree with that.
Honestly, I wouldn't be shocked to see Kyle Tucker over Kyle Schwarber.
Kyle Tucker's going to want $400 million. I don't think the Braves
I'd give it to him.
Oh, I don't think I would too, but I don't think the Braves will. I think if they give anybody $400, probably if they give anybody $400 million, it'll probably be Ronald Acuna.
Oh yeah,
But I don't see them doing that for Tucker and Ronald.
So
I mean, look at it. They
Schwarber,
do it.
Tucker. That's 2 out of the 13 already off the list.
Yep.
Ranger Suarez. Nope.
See, the only thing about him is that velocity. He's a great pitcher, meaning he knows what pitches to sequence to get you out. Okay, he's a great pitcher. But his fastball last year was at like 93, and it's only going down. And I don't know that you can pitch in this league. I don't know that you can pitch in this league at 88 miles an hour. I just don't know. That was my father's league. I don't think you can pitch in this league throwing 88 miles an hour. I just don't. So for that, he's going to want a 6-year deal. If his velocity is already tailing down now, what's it going to be 6 years from now? I'm going to say no.
So that's a no. Framber Valdez, I think that's a no.
I agree.
Bo Bichette, a lot of people connecting him. I see that as a no as well.
It's a no because here's the thing, right? If his profile was different, Scott, I would say yes. But do you know who his profile is similar to?
Jeff Kent.
Jeff Kent was a pure hitter, sir.
Bo Bichette is like Jeff Kent.
No, he profiles like, who's the guy? Anderson that won the batting title like 5 years ago.
Oh, Tim Anderson?
Yes. So swings a lot, misses a lot, makes contact, not necessarily hard hit, swings wild. And I don't know that that's going to age gracefully. So Tim Anderson won a championship. He's not even in baseball anymore. Now go ahead.
That's 5 guys off the list now.
Yeah, I don't now. And again, they could sign Bo Bichette, but if you do, like, that's a risk. But yeah, let's go with that.
I don't see that happening. Gleyber Torres. No, I don't think he's off. I don't think he's on the list.
No.
Shota Imanaga. I don't think he's on the list.
No.
I don't think Zach Gallen is on the list. As good as Gallen is, he's not what he was. He had a career worst year. This is a buy low year. Buy low doesn't mean giving somebody a qualifying offer, this kind of stuff.
I wonder. Yeah, it is a qualifying offer. So I would say one thing, right? Because you could get him for cheaper, and you could probably get him for 2 years because he's probably going to want to go back on the market. I could see the Braves doing in that specific if they felt like they could fix him. Because Jeremy Hefner is the kind of guy that he's going to give you 2 or 3 pitches. In other words, he doesn't want you to just have like a fastball and a slider. He wants you to have 4 or 5 different pitches. That's his thing. And he uses analytics and sequencing to give you the best way to do it.
So,
right.
So
that's a maybe on him. That's a
maybe, but at the same time, I don't see that happening.
It might not. It might not. I don't think you'd be wrong.
There's really 2 options on this whole list that actually make sense.
Okay.
Maybe Trent Grisham, but I don't like the idea of buying 2 players high off after a career year. So that gives you Dylan Cease.
That
gives you Edwin Diaz.
I like both of them. I do.
I like Diaz as well, but he has a lot of lucky numbers in his history. So I'm kind of out on him.
So you don't think he's going to age well?
I don't. I want Dylan Cease here in Atlanta.
Oh, I think
Dylan Cease wants to be here in Atlanta.
I'll take Dylan Cease tomorrow. Now you know who his agent is, right?
Yeah, you know who Hassan Kim's agent is too, right?
Same guy.
Huh. I wonder if there's a way you can package deal him.
Hey man, I'll take them both. Although you probably have to overpay a little bit for Hassan Kim because he is if you go with Bo Bichette, you're probably gonna DH him a lot. Like statistically, he was the worst shortstop defensively in the league. So if you get Bo Bichette, you're probably gonna DH him, right? So
Yeah.
that being said, the only other guy is Kim. So Kim's gonna have a lot of folks going after him. I'm being honest with you. You probably have a better chance of signing Dylan Cease than you do Kim because there are a lot more pitchers on the market. Now, it's
Except
not a lot of Dylan Cease's ilk, but it's a lot of pitchers on the market, right?
except for one thing.
What's that?
Hassan Kim wants to be in Atlanta.
I believe it, but I mean, Scott, let's keep it real here, brother. We keep it real on this show. I mean, I love my job and I love working with them, but if somebody came along and said, "Hey, T. Will, we're gonna pay you $100,000 more," I'm out, Scott. I'm out.
So here's the thing.
out.
Let's compare that same difference, right? $100,000 more for
T. Will is a
him,
lot.
but for him,
It's probably
it's
10
like
million more.
someone coming to you saying, "Hey, T. Will, I'm going to give you $1,000 more if you come work for my company every year."
Right. No. I'm saying
So is that enough?
no, but I'm saying in my case, $100,000 would be like them offering him 10, 15 million more to do this, right?
Sure.
In other words, I just don't know that the Braves are going to pay him 25 million a year. And I don't know that they should because he has a bad back. Lest we not forget, he has not been healthy these past couple of years.
And his
right?
market will reflect it.
You think so? Okay. I mean, it could, but you're probably right. But he's the only one. Like every other shortstop on the market, Scott, is not great. I just put it that way. It's not great. It's not great.
I think when all said and done, he signs a 1 to 2 year deal, not a 5-year, a 1 to 2 year deal.
Okay.
And that 1 to 2 year deal ends up being here for.
So you think we resign?
I do.
Okay.
But I think it's 1 to 2 years.
Okay. All right. T. Terry says Brave drafted 3 shortstops last year, and we did.
Yep.
T. Terry says whatever the Braves need to go to China. Braves need to go to China and get a pitcher. I think he's saying pitcher. I'm not mad at that.
Why go to China when you got all these really solid Japanese guys in free agency this year?
Yeah, I'm not mad about that either. But I tell you what, here's the thing, and this is why I think the Braves went and got Jeremy Hefner. Scott, we have so many guys in the minor leagues that are right there, right? We got Owen Murphy. We got Laura. We got the kid that got shelled last year that came up, Didier Fuentes. We got at least 3 or 4 guys in the minors that they are just on the cusp, right? And if you can get them and you get Strider, well, Strider's back, but if you can get him really up and running, and Strider needs another pitch. If Strider has another pitch, he'll be fine. If you can give him another pitch, you can pitch with 95 mile an hour on the corner and a curveball and a cutter. Like you can do that.
I have a hot take here. I think Strider needs to retire his 4-seamer.
What if the velocity comes back, though, Scott?
I think he needs to retire it until the velocity comes back.
Okay. All right. That's fair.
I think what Strider needs to do is throw that 94 mile an hour sinker or cutter.
Okay.
I think if he had a cutter, it would play so much better for him because it wasn't that his fastball was fast. I mean, don't get me wrong, that was part of it. The real thing with Strider is that his fastball had induced vertical break that was off the charts.
Mm-hmm.
It was insane amount of induced vertical break. It was just a kind of ephus pitch, but like super fast.
Mm-hmm.
Now his 4-seam fastball is like every other 4-seam fastball at 95.
And straight, right. And
guys,
95
straight, right where the hitter's expecting it.
Yeah.
That is not how his
That's
fastball
gonna
should be.
that's gonna get hit. 95 miles an hour. That's gonna get hit. That's
So,
gonna get hit. So
so
in the
that's
middle of the
where
plate, that's gonna get hit.
which is why if he started throwing a cutter, and maybe the cutter goes down to 93,
Mm-hmm.
well, a 93 cutter with the kind of break he can put on a slider, very similar grip too. It's going to look like a slider, but 10 miles faster.
No,
That's
I
the
agree
thing.
with you. I agree he needs more pitches, and I'm not mad at the cutter, and I think that's why they hired Hefner, because the idea what he does in bulk is he likes to give guys, if you got 2 pitches, he's going to at least get you 2 or 3 more. And on the contrary, he doesn't like guys that can only throw 1 or 2 pitches, right? Which is why you didn't like oh god, Kenley, and who's the other one we
Kenley
didn't see
Jansen?
sign? And who?
Kenley Jansen?
I'm saying
Oh, Pierce
that
Johnson.
Pierce Johnson, the 2 that we let go, they only had 2 pitches. And so Hefner is the kind of guy that for his bullpen, like he'll probably go to a 6-man rotation, but there'll be at least 3 relievers in his bullpen who can go multiple innings. And in order to go multiple innings, you need more than 2 pitches, right? Like Dylan Lee is great for 1 inning. No. Not
Dylan
Dylan.
Lee's solid for 1 inning.
Dylan Lee's cool for 1. Dylan Lee pitched a lot of innings last year and ran out of wind, but I'm thinking about Aaron Bummer is great for 1 inning, but after that, like he gets shelled. So Dixon Way, he's upset. Pierce Johnson. Dixon Way, they did but they let him go because he's basically only got 2 pitches. And I guess where Jeremy Hefner is trying to go is he's trying to get guys that can throw at least 3 or 4 pitches.
Jeremy Hefner also has guys rely on a fastball or multiple fastballs.
Okay. Now that I didn't know. Okay. So that's but yeah, that's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be interesting to see how they go about that, how they build this pitching staff. But they have a good pitching coach. They have a really good first base coach. This guy had the Mets last year, number 1 last year, stealing bases, and wasn't even close. So I like what they're doing with that. They appear to be bringing on a lot of guys who embrace analytics. So we'll see how that goes. But I think it's great that Drake Baldwin won the Rookie of the Year again. It's going to give us an extra pick. I don't know what we do with that pick this year, but I mean, hopefully it means we can go out and sign. I'd like to go out and sign. God, what's his name? Lefty. Play center field for the Dodgers. Played for the Cubs last year. What's his name, Scott?
Oh, Bellinger. Yeah.
I'd like to go get Bellinger. Now that's who I'd like to go and get. So let's do this.
That
guys.
would be fun because
give me your ideal Braves winner off season.
Ideal Braves off season. It's Cease, Kim, and Bellinger. And then you have for the bullpen, you just move Lopez to the pen. And then you re-sign Iglesias.
You're going to need one more guy because what's his name had a setback, I think.
Joe Jimenez?
Yeah. You're going to need one more guy.
I mean, at a certain point, you just have to trust that you've got a good enough farm system to fill out the rest of your bullpen.
All right. So if it's me, my ideal in Terry world, where the Braves have endless resources, Dixon Way says Cease, Bo, and Iggy.
I don't like Bo.
I don't like Bo either.
Bo can't play in the field.
I do not. I think you and I are like, because I don't know how Bo's going to age, Dixon.
I'd rather have Nick Allen out there than Bo.
You said what?
I'd rather have Nick Allen than Bo.
Agreed. Because the defense, you got to be strong up the middle. And it, as poor as he grades out defensively, he'd have to hit 380 with 50 bombs. And I don't know that his profile ages well, but I like, so my ideal offseason would be Cody Bellinger, give me Kim, give me Dylan Cease, and give me Zach Gallen. You know, we'll work on him. He'll be a project. Give me what's
He's
his
too old to
name?
be a project.
Whatever, man. Just give me Zach Gallen. This is Centenary World, Scott. Okay, it's my imaginary world. Okay,
He's already 30. Like,
whatever. It's my imaginary world, Scott. Okay, you had yours. It's my imaginary world. You made me forget what's his name for the Mets that was their closer, Scott.
oh, Diaz,
Give me Diaz and give me who was our closer last year?
Iglesias.
Yeah. Give me those. Give me those guys. Give me those guys. And we'll go to war. I'll take that. So Belly, so that's 6 signings, right? That's Belly. That's Kim at shortstop. That's the 2 relievers that we just said that I can't damn remember. The one for the Mets and our closer last year. And give me Cease and Gallen, and let's go to work. Let's go to work.
So you're saying you would let Waldrop go to AAA, or you have Waldrop as your 6th starter?
Well, you're gonna have to. Waldrop has options, right? Waldrop has options, so he could go to AAA. But you got to figure. Look at the last 5-6 years, the Braves have lost 1 or at least 2 starters. That's why I'm like, let's sign 2 pitchers, because every pitcher that we start with, you're not gonna make it to the end of the year without somebody not getting hurt. You just not.
This
right?
may be a hot take, but I think that the Braves need to have one less bullpen arm on the regular, and just pick a couple guys who have options, and just call them up and down and do taxi squad with them all year.
You could do that, but I don't want to do that. Like that's a tough way to live, man. You could do that.
I'm talking like your long reliever, mid reliever guys, not your setup man, closer guys.
Yeah, I mean you could do that.
But like the guy who comes in and pitches 2 innings, in a 7-1 win, right? That's the guy you do that with. It's like, okay, Dylan Dodd.
Dixon Way doesn't agree with me. He says, I'm not benching Waldrop for daggone Gallen. Gallen was bad last year, man, but he's fixable, right? I mean, you hope. I mean, here's the thing, Dixon Way, and I hear you.
I mean, if Gallen's a long reliever, I'm down.
I'm down because you don't know who's going to remain healthy.
So
we got a bunch of guys coming back, but that doesn't mean A, they're going to come back the way they were, and B, it doesn't mean that they're going to stay healthy.
You want a wild stat? Who had a better ERA last year?
Probably Waldrop.
Who had a better FIP between Zach Gallen and Bryce Elder?
Probably Bryce Elder.
Fielding independent pitching.
Yeah, I know. FIP. I get it. Yeah, probably Bryce Elder. Because Gallen gave up the home run last year. And to you guys' point, to Dixon Way's point, he gave up home run balls in Arizona, which that's a big stadium. So if he did that in Arizona, you could add 5 more to that here. But the other side of that is last year was the only year where he was just that bad. Like before that, he was really good. So I don't know what his metrics are. Look, it doesn't mean we're going to sign him. I wouldn't be mad at it as a backup, because here's the deal, guys. We're going to have to figure out if we keep Elder or not. And before you laugh, Elder made the most starts of any pitcher last year. And with the exception of about 3 or 4 starts, Elder was not bad. Elder was not bad at all. Now, when he's bad, he's bad. Okay, he can get lit up like a
when Elder's bad, he's allowing 9 runs in 2 innings.
Yeah, he's bad. But
he's
more times than not, he was giving up 3 or 4 runs, but he was going 6, 7, 8 innings. Right?
Yeah, he was giving you I forget the name of that guy, but it was like back in like 2004 or something, like Derek Lowe. I think
D-Lowe, yeah. Yeah.
I think that's like a good comp for what Elder was doing.
Yeah.
But even late in Derek Lowe's career, after he was an innings eater, he was a long reliever.
Yeah.
That's what he did.
I think the Braves will probably trade Elder. I think they'll take Elder and what's his name, who's playing in the Arizona Fall League now, Scott. He was our
Alvarez?
short. Yeah, yeah. I think they'll package those two, and they may try and go get a starter or try and go get either a shortstop or a left fielder. I think that's what because Elder's out of options. So if he's on the pitching staff next year, if he's on the Braves pitching staff, you can't send him down because if you send him down, some team can grab him. So if you're not going to do that, right? Because again, Elder's the kind of guy that can be great one year and donkey hooters the next. We've seen that. He can be great one start and donkey hooters the next. So the question I got to ask you and Lo and the chat is, how are you feeling about Elder? Do you think it'd be better to trade him or are you keeping him?
You want a fun trade idea that actually makes sense for everybody involved?
What you got?
The Astros would probably be better off having a third baseman and not having Jeremy Pena on their roster, but having a third baseman like Nacho Alvarez, because they also have Carlos Correa. So you trade Alvarez for Pena, and then you trade Bryce Elder for a prospect in their system. A solid, maybe not the best pitcher they have, but like a solid, like B-tier prospect that they have.
You think they would give up Pena? Because Carrasco doesn't stay healthy, Scott.
Correa?
I'm sorry. Correa doesn't stay healthy. He does not stay healthy, bro. So
okay. How many games did he miss last year?
You say what?
How many games did he miss last year?
Let's take a look at it.
18.
Yeah, it felt like that question was rhetorical. It felt like
Correa,
rhetorical tone.
Correa had a bad injury year with Minnesota. He missed like 20-ish games the other couple years. 20-ish games that you don't have your guy, not as worried about, right? Like,
okay.
So, and again, this is why I want the Braves to go out and get somebody who can play in the outfield, play infield, do a little bit of everything, play DH, or just another beast outfielder like a Cody Bellinger who can just take over.
I wouldn't be mad at Cody Bellinger at all, Scott.
Throw Cody Bellinger in right.
Yep.
Have Michael Harris in center. That's 162 games for each of those guys.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then Profar ends up being your guy who plays 120-ish games.
Mm-hmm.
And then you sit Ronnie for like 40 games at DH or for 100 games at DH. And then Ronnie's in the field for like 60 games.
I don't know.
Profar's in the field for like 100 games.
See, I'd rather sit Profar for 100. Like, I'd rather maybe give Ronnie maybe 20 or 30 games at DH, right? But I think about it if you had Bellinger in left, Harris in center.
Bellinger, you want right. Bellinger's got a cannon, man. You want him in right.
Ronnie.
Yeah.
So does Ronnie. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you have 3 cannons in the outfield.
You have 3 right. You good luck on that, buddy.
But you also don't want the guy to keep flipping sides every week like Bellinger, because when Profar's in, he's playing left. When Ronnie's in, he's playing right. That means Bellinger's got to keep flipping sides.
Profar beat my DH most days.
See, I don't think Profar is a good enough hitter to be a full-time DH.
I mean,
And you don't want Ronnie in the field all the time because you want to keep him healthy so he can run the bases.
You don't, but I want Ronnie to play at least 120 games. You know what I mean? Because I think Ronnie would check out if you just, as much as that man loves the game, I think he would check out if you just had him at DH. Like I don't. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, I wouldn't like of the 3, Profar is going to play the least.
That's fair.
If you go and get Bellinger, Profar is probably going to be your DH.
So you have Ronnie play DH for 42 games.
Mm-hmm.
You have Baldwin play DH for 40 to 42 games.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have Profar play left field for 40-ish games. Well, probably 50 games because you probably have Ronnie play right field for 10 games so Bellinger can play some DH.
Mm-hmm.
You probably have, you know, Bellinger play center field like 5-6 games.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have, you know, you just kind of like mix up who the DH is at a certain point with just whoever needs a day off in the field.
And I like that a lot more. I like that a lot more because
you don't need to
unless
re-sign Ozuna.
yeah, well, unless you have Kyle Schwarber, is it really worth it to have just a stationary DH? Like unless your guy's hitting 50 bombs and batting 250, you know, it's not worth it.
Nope.
You know what I mean? With 120 ribbies and it's not worth it. I would like to have like so if it's me, honestly, I'm gonna have Bellinger in left. I'll have Harris in center. And you know, I mean, sometimes guys have nagging injuries. So guess what? If Harris goes down, you plug Bellinger in center. You bring Profar back out there. You're good to go. You got a DH Drake. Fine. You're good to go. But I mean, you know, at this point, I think you probably want to play Ronnie no more than 120 in the field and just let him, to your point, have some off days where he can DH. And I like that. I like Ronnie at DH for 40 games. I like Drake at DH for 40 games. I like Profar at DH for maybe 60 games or whatever. Yeah. And you know, the rest can be divvied up between Belly and Sean Murphy when he comes back. Which by the way, I think Sean Murphy's gonna be out half the year next year.
I wouldn't put Murphy at DH at all.
Okay, that's fair.
I would just have Murphy be my backup catcher. Because if he's out half the year.
Yeah. Yeah. Because that hip and that injury. Dixon Way says how many years until I think it's what 28? So we essentially have Ronnie for 2 more years because they've already said 2027 is gonna be a lockout year. The owners are gonna lock him out.
Which is so stupid.
It is, but I mean, it is what it is. So you know, and so then now you got to ask yourself, okay, are the Braves going to resign?
They're not going to lock out the whole year.
No, I don't think they'll lock out the whole year, but I think it will be a lockout. Which is why if you're signing guys this winter, they're all looking for 2-year deals, at least. You about to say something?
I don't know if they're gonna have a lockout year. I know they're gonna plan a lockout, but it's also I have watched so many labor things with the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Where I'm like, okay, well, the NFL said they were gonna have a lockout, and then they had the lockout in 2011. Then they redid the cap, and now they're making way more money now, even after the lockout CBA.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, did the lockout even work for the owners? Like, it didn't help the players a ton, but it also didn't hurt the players.
Yeah, but I think the relationship between the NFL union, players union, and the NFL owners is far different than the relationship between MLB players union and the MLB. They hate each other. They're like Crips and Bloods, Scott. I mean, Hatfields and McCoys, Falcons and Saints fans. They hate each other, Scott. They do. There's no love there. So,
I mean,
look, I don't want to miss the 2027 season, but it's a good chance that you're gonna miss some baseball in 27. I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you. Now, do I think it'd be smart? No, because baseball is already declining. Like the average age of a baseball fan 2 years ago. You ready for this, Scott? Are you ready for this, Scott? Are you ready for this, Scott?
Yes.
49 years old.
Yeah, because
I'm not kidding, bro. A fan, the average age, which means you got a lot of your fans are in their 70s. They're baby boomers. Shout out to the baby boomers, by the way. But they're baby boomers, right? The average age of a Major League Baseball fan is 49, which means they T. Will's age. They're like, I'll be 55 next Monday, this coming Monday. You're talking 50. 49 is basically 50. Okay? It would be so dumb, to your point. It would be dumb of them to have any sort of interruption, right? Scott, are you there? Scott, you there? Scott must have dropped off. Scott, I'm having a hard time with there you go. Scott, you back? Damn it, man. Scott, you back? There you go.
Still can't see
Scott,
him.
you there? I
Can you hear
can't see you, but I can hear you.
This cameraman.
It's all good, bro. It happens, bro. It happens. Yeah. Bro, earlier today I did a shot and I did a show in portrait like a dummy, and you can that show was so bad. You couldn't see anything. That was a bad show, man. You couldn't, because the screen was long like you were on Instagram or something. It was just formatted. I'll never do that again. I don't even know why they put that option in there, Scott. The hell are they thinking? But anyway,
I couldn't tell you.
I don't know, Scott. I don't know. But it begs the point. If you're going to offer Ronnie a contract, you probably want to do it this year.
I would.
Or at least in this offseason. You want to do that. And you probably want to shoot for about 400 million because Dixon Way says, I think Raheem messed with your camera, Scott.
Possibly.
No, it was Zach Robinson, Dixon Way. It was Zach Robinson. But no, I think if you're going to sign Ronnie, I think you better do it either this year or next year, right? Well, when I say this year, I really mean 26, right? Because you wait, Ronnie's probably going to get offered 900 million, man.
You'd be surprised. Like that. That's about right.
No, it is right. I get what's his name got who just signed with the Mets? Left-handed hitter, Scott. Signed with the Mets last year for like 800 million.
Soto?
Yeah. Soto it was 700 million, but if you add the options, it's 800 million. So if he got that, then 2029, which is when Ronnie will become a free agent. Yeah, man, it's about 900 million. And I know the Braves ain't gonna do that. Now the question is, would Ronnie take? Braves really got two options. You can offer him 400 million, or you can offer him a deal like Ohtani got.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Let me put this in some stock and let that stock appreciate, and then we'll pay you out of that kind of deal. Yeah, I'm a big fan of that deal.
He got who's that guy? He made a deal with the Mets are paying him $1 million for like 30 years. Bobby Bonilla. Yeah. Ohtani's got kind of a Bobby Bo deal. So like
he's got way better version of it, but yeah.
Yeah. So I think the first 2-3 years of Ohtani's contract, they're paying $2 million or whatever. And I think his contract's like 15 years or whatever. But it extends past his playing years. So that they might be paying him until 2040, but it kicks in later. Oh damn, Dixon Way. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cuss. Dixon Way says they outlawed the Shohei contract structure. It's against the rules now. God dang it, Dixon Way. Gosh darn it. Well, there goes
Shohei's being paid like an insane, like basically $1 billion.
Yeah, but I'm saying the structure of it, that's the only way the Braves could have afforded Acuna. Like, hey man, what is it, 2029? We're gonna pay you till 2049. That's how you'd have to structure it. You know what I mean?
Well, and Ohtani has $68 million of deferred money from his age 39 to age 48 years.
That's
every
dope
year.
Right, that's dope. That is dope.
So they're basically functionally paying him $29 million a year for 10 years.
Right.
And then, hey, here's your retirement plan.
There you go. You know what I mean? And they're the Dodgers, so I mean, but if that's how you got to do it, you know what I mean? If that's how you got to do it, but the Braves, that to me, that's the only way the Braves would ever give somebody $900 million. Like
Yeah,
outside of that, you might get 400 million from the Braves if you're Ronnie. But then I don't know that because by the time his contract's up, he'll be what 30? 30 or something like that. How old is Ronnie
something
now?
like that. So yeah, so that 962 million that Otani's making, you multiply that by the exchange rate of 154.67. That's 148 billion yen.
Damn. Yeah. Okay. A lot. It's a lot. It's a lot of money.
Yeah, and yen spends closer to like 50 cents on the dollar.
Damn.
So he's going to be a 300 billionaire in his own country.
That he's going to be a bad man.
And I agree with Dixon. The Braves should have given Shohei that same deal because you know how much the Dodgers have made off of Shohei so far?
They've at least 400 million.
They've already in just the first 3 years of them being there, they've made $6 billion.
Damn, off him alone?
On his jersey sales, everything, him alone.
Show me the receipts, sir. Show me the receipts. 6 billion with a B.
With a B.
With a B. Damn. Are you serious? You gotta show me that, man. You got.
The Dodgers reportedly made back the entire $700 million in his first season.
Are you kidding me? Well, I know they had a contract with one of the stations to carry his games, didn't it? And wasn't it like, was it 300 million? Was it 300 million? Dixon, were you there?
The Dodgers have made back in foreign jersey sales and everything else more than what their team is worth at this point.
Damn.
Which is insane. Wow. Like Otani has that kind of impact. And
we need a Japanese pitcher, Scott.
We need the next Hideo Nomo.
We do. Damn. 700 million and you made it back in the first. That is pimpery plays. I'm just saying that is
see
in the first season. Jesus.
So this is where I think the Braves should look at Korea. Because we don't have a massive Japanese population here. We do have a really big Korean population.
Hey, let me tell you something. You get Shohei here, you'll have a Japanese population. You will. Yeah. Dixon Way says Shohei is Babe freaking Ruth with international appeal. 100%. I couldn't have said it better myself, Dixon Way. 100% agree. 100% agree. That shit's depressing, man. That's when you think about that and where we are with the Braves right now. That's depressing, dude. They made that back in the first year. That hurts my heart. God.
So there's a guy named Kang Bak-ho, and I'm promised this is a real guy. He hits roughly 303 in the Korean leagues, but he's on base 385, slugging 491. Like, he's got a real good bat, real sweet swing. He's a lefty, but he plays right field. He plays left field. He plays first base. He plays catcher a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
This could be a guy that would be fun to have in Atlanta. And you get Kim and you get Backhoe. And I mean, the dude's last name is Backhoe. How fun would that be?
Especially in the ATL, ho. ATL.
Exactly.
That's a saying, guys. That's not me being profane. That's an actual.
You would see little kids and little backhoe things. And if this guy's like, if he hits the same in the U.S. leagues like he hits in Korea,
Mm-hmm.
you can trade away Profar.
It could be interesting. I don't know that I'd necessarily trade away Profar. I mean, you need hitters, bro, but I wouldn't mind. I mean, I see where you're going with it. I see where you're going with it. I don't have an issue with that at all.
If the Dodgers are the Japan pipeline, let us be the Korea pipeline.
We got to do something.
There's already billboards in Korea that say "Move to Sewanee."
Yeah, I'm not mad at it, bro. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all, bro. I'm not mad at it at all.
Sounds like a Claremont Lounge stripper.
A Claremont Lounge stripper. A Claremont Lounge. Like what? So not at Magic City, right? Okay.
No,
I
man,
get
not
it.
at Magic City.
Oh man. Oh boy. Well, hey man, Scott, as always, man, this was fun, brother.
Absolutely. You gonna be at the game this weekend?
I'm not.
Hey, I will.
Okay. Well, shout me out while you're there, brother. You know, send me some pics.
Oh, I will.
I'll post it.
We're sitting up in heaven because
He said we're sitting up in heaven.
I got 8 tickets. I had to get 8 tickets, man. My buddy's coming to town for his 40th, so I'm like, all
I've
right,
just never heard it put that way. I think it's good. We're sitting up in heaven. We're up there with the angels. That's what we'll be watching.
that's what my dad used to call
it. It'll be my wife, and St. Peter. We'll be watching the game.
It wasn't the nosebleeds. It was out in heaven.
I'm gonna use that, Scott. I'm gonna use that. I like that. I like that a lot, man. All right, Scott, I got to ask you. I ask you every week, man. When is your love for writing going to come back, Scott? Because I want to know. Like, I want to read the article when you come back. What gives, Scott?
I mean, it'll come back when it comes back.
Damn it, Scott. Jeez. We go through this every week. All right, guys.
It may never come back. Who knows?
Don't say that, Scott. Don't say that.
Change.
Don't. Hey, man. Hey. But
probably on a draft.
You always have the talent. Don't do that. All right. When are you hanging out with your draft buddies again?
No idea.
Okay. All right. I'm 0 for 2 today. Well, Scott, tell these folks where they can find you.
You can find me on Twitter at Karasik S. And yeah, just hit me up there. I'm always down to talk.
And we can find you here, Scott, every week at What the Falcon, Home of the Brave. So,
absolutely.
We can find you here. And hey, to everybody who joined in the chat, thank you guys. Appreciate that. Appreciate your support. We just love talking Braves Falcons with you guys. We're just some Atlanta guys. We love talking sports, and we appreciate the opportunity that you give us to talk with you every week. You could have been anywhere in the world. You chose to be with us. We are most appreciative. I want to thank God for sending all of y'all my way. That's you, Scott. That's you, Dixon Way. That's everybody in the chat. I want to thank God for waking me up this morning. And hey, man, you can catch me at For My ATL Sports 1 on YouTube. Again, the number 4 My ATL Sports, the number 1 on YouTube. You can also catch me at One Time for the Fan. You can also catch me at For My ATL Movies on YouTube, in which we do movies every Saturday. Probably getting ready to open up the content book for My ATL movies. So you'll probably be seeing a lot more content on there, but that is, more to come on that. But hey, man, to Jack Spade, Eric Parker, thank you for giving my shot in this business. Scott, as always, brother, I am humbled. I am appreciative. I'm so thankful that you do this show with me every week, man. It truly is fun, and I appreciate it. And it's only getting better, and I look forward to more and more of it. So, hey, you guys have a great week. Thank you to everybody who joined. And yeah, we'll probably see you tomorrow morning at 9. Jack's got a lot of things going on with the Jamaica relief effort, but if the good Lord sees fit, you'll see us tomorrow at 9 on One Time for the Fan. To everybody, good night, and we'll see you guys. Be safe, everybody. Let me tell you something. Look it, man. I've been an Atlanta fan for 45 years.
Turning up the heat, Team Will on the mic, can't accept defeat. My ATL Sports Show, he's running the game. Atlanta Falcons. Falcons fly high. You know the name. In the heart of the A, where the pride runs deep. From the Braves to the Falcons, he's keeping it real, no sleep. He's got the scoop, every player, every play, bringing the thunder every single day. He wins, he wins.